to start off by welcoming everybody this afternoon. We appreciate you coming out for this groundbreaking. We really appreciate all of the community support and everybody coming out to celebrate today. So I want to start by acknowledging the elected officials that are here today. Out of Coralville, I saw Lori Goodrich back there. Lori, thank you for coming. Phil Hemingway from the school board. Senator Dvorsky, thank you for coming this afternoon. Senator Kevin Kinney, represented today. Mayor Jim Throckmorton, and Dave Letch out of Congressman Dave Lovasek's office. So thank you guys all for coming out today. We appreciate that, and obviously Governor Reynolds is here. We'll see here in a little bit here, but we'll turn it over to Aaron McGlenn. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Adam's always really tough to follow. He's so good at that. So I want to talk about kind of the reason we're here, and it's vocational training. There's a huge need for vocational training, and this is it. I mean, we kind of nailed the nail on the head right here. So just a little bit of, I guess, history on it. Vocational Training Council has been kind of an entity of the Iowa City Home Builders Association. We were stagnant for many years, and really our own fault for doing that. And probably 4 or 5 years ago, we saw this need and said, hey, we got to do something. So kind of brought the group back together, and since then have been really accomplishing some neat things. It started, and I'm going to thank a couple people. Really the vision behind all this was Tim Ruth, who you're going to hear from in a little bit, and Joe Greathouse. They said, hey, we need to do something, and it was the rest of us, we kind of pitched in, and all these people here for a reason. So started with the STEM Center in Tiffin, if anybody have seen that, basically built by students. And then summer camp, just finished that at the STEM Center the last 2-3 weeks. Moved on to a track shed at City High. That was going through the school year. All of that been done by students and volunteers in industry along the way. So with that, that's kind of the history. Thank you to everybody involved there. I'm just going to list some of the sponsors. If you want to clap, just save that till the end. But we got to thank the people that made a lot of this happen. So, student sponsors: Ackerman Plumbing, Advantage Custom Builders, Mark Construction, McCready Ruth Construction, PSC Distribution, Supple Siding and Remodeling, Watts Group, and then project owners. And that's the big thing. That's where all the lumber and everything comes from. Cascade Manufacturing, Engineered Building Design, the Housing Trust Fund of Johnson County, Sycamore Development, Stevens Erosion Control, Kirkwood Community College, Hills Bank and Trust, LeGrand Pass and Seymour. We've got a couple sponsors that are non-members, but obviously just as important for giving these students jobs through the summer: West Branch Ford, Schwartz Grain and Fence, and Presidential Construction. So with that, I'll turn it over to our Kirkwood guys, Dr. Mick Sarsevich and Joe Greathouse, and they can play their little spiel here.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Well, welcome to what I consider to be one of the greatest collaborations there is, when you can get K-12s, you can get community colleges all involved in a project, but it wouldn't be possible without all of the people that he just mentioned. And through that support, and that's how we make it at Kirkwood, is the collaborations that we do with local industry and everybody else. So I get the pleasure of introducing the students, but first of all I need to introduce Tim Roos. Where's Tim?
Tim Roush.
Rouse.
Roush. He's right there.
Yeah, I thought I had that name right. Okay. He is a faculty member, a teacher at Durant. And this last year was students at West Branch. They've built a ACE building, correct? And he worked with the West Branch teachers, and that was the focus, really. How big was the building?
127 by 70.
There you go.
Big baseball, football arena, multi-purpose building.
Oh, great. So now I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. So the students are going to get 2 hours of credit from Kirkwood. But again, it's the partnerships with area businesses that make this really good, because they will help fulfill the partnerships, fulfill the internships that each one of these students has to do. And so it's really, really exciting. This house, are you going to talk about who this is for? Okay, I'll shut up. So I would like to introduce the students that are part of this project. Obviously, you can see they're already working. Raise your hand. I know a lot of the students already had to leave, but raise your hand. Come on, so they can see you. You guys, this is why we do this. And you see the little logo? So, Cody Ogden? Nope. From Clear Creek, Amana. Now just listen to how many different schools are involved in this. Trace Selkman? Did I get that close? Seligman, very good. From Durant. Jake Neatfelt from Durant. Cullen Klebe from Klebe from Highland. All right, then we have Hunter Kopp from Iowa City West. Leah Weiner.
She's not here today.
Yep, she's not here. Iowa City West. We have a female in the group, which is always good. Sam Fast from Kirkwood.
He had to leave to go to another job.
Yeah, okay, well that's always good. We have a student from Kirkwood that's from India, Pallavi Gopalasarishna. Is that pretty close?
Pallavi, yep.
Okay, good. Braxton Hobbs from Solon. George Marcy from Solon. Luke Yetley from Solon. Marcus Gould from West Branch. And Devin Alberhusky from West Branch. So it's an amazing partnership between those K-12s and Tim and Kirkwood with Joe Greathouse and some of our staff. I see them here. So this is one of the things that we really pride ourselves on at Kirkwood is collaboration and partnerships. And that's what makes the whole world go around, those two things, collaboration and partnerships. So now I'd like to introduce, are you up next, Tim? That's what it has here.
That Tim.
Okay, Tim, this Tim. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. This is a very exciting day. We've wanted this for years. It brings tears to my eyes. I would like to ask a very dear friend of mine to come forward, Mr. Dwight Sigmiller, the president and CEO of Hills Bank. Each year, Hills Bank, the home builders, partner to give Carhartt jackets to the ACE students. This year, because our dear friend Mick is retiring, we're going to give Mick one of the Hills Bank ACE jackets, and I'd like Dwight to do that. It's embroidered with Hills Bank on the inside, and it's something Hills Bank is built on many years of service, and a Carhartt jacket will provide many years of service. Thank you very much, Dwight. Thank you very much, Mick. And now it's my pleasure to tell you a little story about Reach for Your Potential. Ron Schieffer started Reach for Your Potential in 1990 with a small handful of individuals receiving residential services living in Iowa City. In 1991, he and his wife bought a farmhouse in West Branch and started a residential care facility where he and his wife lived with 5 members, providing daily care for them. At the residential care facility, they also provided adult day services. In 1999, he and his wife sold the farm and moved the adult day center to Iowa City, where it's currently located on First Avenue. Since 1990, the agency has grown tremendously. Reach for Your Potential currently serves 125 members residentially and 61 members at the Adult Day Center and employs 230 employees. This home will provide a living experience for individuals confined to a wheelchair. It has 2 bathrooms, 5 bedrooms, is completely handicap accessible, and it's being built by students and industry professionals. I'd like to recognize Ron. He's right over there. He can raise his hand so we can all give him a round of applause and thank him for choosing to be the partner for the first building built by the Iowa City Vocational Training Council in several years. And now what we all came for, I'll find the right page. All right. A recognized leader in the state and local issues, Kim has served as county treasurer and state senator before becoming lieutenant governor, and now the 43rd governor of the state of Iowa. Through it all, she never gave up on a dream of graduating from college. So she balanced her family and work while taking night classes. And in 2016, while serving as lieutenant governor, Kim earned her degree at Iowa State University. And every one of us has seen the ad with the picture, and we're very proud of you. Thank you. She is a leader on important issues like strengthening K-12 education and job training programs. Her initiative, Future Ready Iowa, connects Iowans old to the great jobs that exist all across our state. It is a reflection that there are so many pathways to a great career, focused on building up apprenticeships, work-based learning, and real-world experience. Kim Reynolds has never forgotten her working-class roots. That's why her top priority as governor are creating good-paying jobs, cutting taxes, investing in public education, and increasing the opportunity in every part of Iowa. Kim and her husband have been married 36 years, have 3 daughters, and 9 grandchildren. And I am very pleased and honored to introduce the governor of the great state of Iowa, Kim Reynolds.
Well, guys, Jim, thank you for that very nice introduction. So I'm aerating the ground while I'm here. So I even went to smaller heels. I didn't have any flats with me, so I'm going to plant this so I don't go over backwards and see if we can go forward with my comments. But I can't even begin to tell you how honored I am to be here and be part of this groundbreaking. This is a great example of collaborations and really providing options and career pathways to our young people. And here's the benefit. By you doing what you're doing, not only are we providing opportunities for our young people to learn a skill, to provide a pathway to a great job, a great career, but they're building relationships with our job creators and our businesses that are in this state. And they're also providing a great public service as well. So this is how we're going to keep our young people in the state of Iowa. And it's really what Future Ready Iowa is all about. As a lieutenant governor, I was passionate about the governor's STEM advisory initiative that we had, science, technology, engineering, and math. And let me tell you, it is all about work-based learning, project-based learning, bringing business and industry and educators together. They were operating in silos so that we could help our job creators really define what the workforce looks like today. And this is a phenomenal example of that. So I just want to say, thanks again, the collaboration that's been hit on between not only the people back here, but between the Greater Iowa City Area Home Builders Association and the Vocational Training Program, Kirkwood Community College, and then the recipient, Reach for Your Potential. It is so important what you're doing, and really what we want to do with Future Ready Iowa is take programs like this and scale them all across the state. Just like I said, you're helping students learn an important skill set, earn college credits, and give back to a community. So this is a great example how we're going to make that happen. The other thing is I travel across the state and talk to business and industry. They say business has never been better. They are optimistic about their future, and then they don't even hardly take a breath. The next thing they say is, I just need people. We need people. We need job training, and we need housing. So I'm telling you, did you guys just check every one of the boxes with what you're doing here? So I'm just here to say congratulations. Keep working together. Keep providing our young people opportunities so that they can see there's many, many careers to great, many pathways to great careers in this state. And it is economic development for our communities. It's how we're going to keep them here, and we're going to solve a lot of problems. So thank you very much. And I'm so proud to be here. Thank you.
And with that, we have one last request. The wall that is standing, there are markers over there, if everyone would autograph it, especially Governor Reynolds. And with that, we're going to take these wonderful shovels that were donated by Renderneck Associates, one of our partners in the ACE program, and we're going to break ground.
Somebody get a piece and say count it down or something.
Okay, has everybody got their cell phone? Yes. 3,
welcome everybody to this event. Somehow I got roped into speaking again. I was here about 3 months ago and had to do the same thing. Adam kind of pawned it off on me about 2:30 in the afternoon, so I had to laugh at that. For anybody that was here about 3.5 months ago, it's kind of a day like this. It was overcast, chance of rain. So how fitting that we're in the same situation again, only we're not sitting on a dirt floor or a tent. We're in a garage in a fully blown built house. So just want to give a few thanks to a handful of people that really made a big difference on this. We've got all our sponsors listed over here. We can't name everybody, so I'm just going to touch on a few. McCready Ruth Construction for general in this project, Hills Bank for financing the loan, and the Housing Trust Fund of Johnson County really made this happen, along with these guys sitting up at the front row. All right. And you're going to hear about them later, but we've got students, and I'm not sure exactly where all you're from, but Clear Creek, Amana, Durant, Highland, Iowa City West, Solon, and West Branch. And these guys, I know, are rock stars. They're working nights, weekends. Even after the day was over, they were here making this thing happen. So, student-built house hasn't been done in several years in Iowa City. We did it. We're going to do it again. So, with that, I'd like to turn it over to Congressman Loebsack. Thank you for being here.
Wow, thank you.
And he's going to say a few words.
Normally I hate reading what my staff wrote for me, right? Do my own thing, but this is so important, and there's so many people I have to mention that I really do have to look at my notes on this one. This is quite an incredible event to have, and just all the folks who came together on this. I want to thank Carol and Michelle, of course, the Greater Iowa City Area Home Builders Association Vocational Training Council. That's a mouthful. Thanks to those folks, because without them, the project really never would have happened. And I want to thank Hills Bank, Johnson County Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Ron, is it Schieffer, Ron? How do you pronounce your last name?
Schieffer.
Schieffer, yeah, thank you so much with Reach Your Potential, and Tim Ruth, who's the developer of the project. I want to really thank the students. This is a heck of a big deal for you folks to be able to do this and really get some great skills. You know, and by the way, I looked at these hammers. They can do a lot of damage, I think. they're a lot lighter than the hammers that I grew up with, right, a long time ago. A lot more functional, I think. But, you know, to get young people involved like this, to try to learn skills that you can then apply later. And I should just say, you know, while I taught at Cornell College for 24 years, and we have the University of Iowa here, and we got Kirkwood, not everybody has to go to a 4-year college to make a good living, okay? In fact, maybe sometimes it's better to go to a Kirkwood Community College or even a trades program of some sort. I believe that all kinds of educational opportunities should be out there for young people, and you can actually find a job that can't get outsourced too, which is really a good thing, you know, right, especially nowadays. So for me, just to be here and to see the community come together like this, and the different parts of the community, and then ultimately the people this is for. I've been to a number of group homes since I've been in Congress for the last 12 years, and I see the potential for folks with disabilities. It allows them to have an independent living option. And I spoke with one of the residents for just a minute here. She wanted to talk politics, you know. I won't tell you what she wanted to talk about, but we were in agreement. That was a good thing. But this is just such a great opportunity. The resources that were brought to bear, the people who came from all different parts of the community to put this thing together, ultimately to help those with disabilities who often can't help themselves. And so I just appreciate the opportunity to be here and to see the house, and just thank everybody who was involved. Thanks everybody, appreciate it. Good luck to you guys. Thank you.
So I'm not the one that made it happen, it's these guys and ladies. 87 days ago today, we broke ground. So think about that, June 17th. So, not bad. And before we get too far, there's one person I'd really like to thank, and that's Tim Rouse. Tim is the teacher from Durant who led this. So with that, we're pretty short on stuff. I'd like to call Dwight Signaler from Hills Bank. Come on over.
All right, thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm going to bring Amanda Arnold with me as well. We're just honored to be a part of this. Hills Bank has been around for 114 years, and when you think about all the iterations of the generations that we've been fortunate to be able to serve, there always has been one, I think, continuity, sense of continuity through that, and has that always been a sense of builders. And so when you think about yourself, you are true professionals, and the reason why we call you professionals is that you made a difference. How great it is that you can come by this house 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, show your children and grandchildren and say, you know what, I had an important part of building this home. And this is just the beginning. And so we're just honored and pleased to be able to recognize you. You're on, I think, a great path to a wonderful career where you truly can make a difference in the lives of many, many people. And so a way to commemorate it today, we have Amanda Arnold with us as well, and we're going to give you a stiletto hammer. And it's engraved. It says, in honor of the 2018 Student Build House, Dickinson Lane, Iowa City. And as Congressman Lomstad said, it's a well-balanced hammer. You think it would be pretty heavy. How many ounces is this, Tim? How many ounce hammer is this?
Well, that's 14.
14 ounce, yeah. It looks like it's a 30-ounce hammer. So, anyways, we're going to give you a hammer. I'll let Amanda call off the names, and we'll present one at a time to you.
Hold on.
Okay, we're going to introduce the hammer. Thank you very much.
And just a little side note, Hills Bank was so happy to be involved in this project that there were pictures of this in their quarterly report for in this past month. So, great, but thank you, Dwight, very much. All right, now then, we're going to ask Ron Schieffer, the Executive Director of Reach for Your Potential, to come forward. He has a little something for each of you.
All of you for all of your hard work in making this house happen for Reach for Your Potential. And when Tim asked me whether I wanted to take on this project, I had real reservations at this stage of life of doing another house, but I'm glad that I agreed to it, and that it's been a wonderful project for our agency. Thank you. Out here, Tracy.
For those of you that, these stack, so when the students, they can buy multiple parts to these, and they stack, and then you fold them over and you take them with you.
The members that moved into this house, thank you. Jay? Colin?
There we go.
All right. Thank you. Hunter? All right. Leah? There you are. Thank you. Brax?
Brax is not here.
And George? There. Trying to get the part.
Pushing the.
So
Right here,
wide.
George.
Great. Thank you.
I know.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Something, when we undertook this project, I had asked the Tim Rouse from Durant High School to be the teacher. And Tim's an amazing teacher, the kids love him. He had total control over the project the entire time. So I'd like to give Tim Rouse a little something from myself.
Thank you, sir.
This is a little something for each of you. It's a little more than just a thank you. If you ever need a reference,